And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit right back and relax. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome, everybody, to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge, we'll be hearing from shortly. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, good evening. Karl Anthony Towns is certainly the franchise player now for the Timberwolves. Cat said, you lead by action and you lead by words. I'm more of the action guy. When things get tough, I've got to be the guy that leads the charge. Kevin, he knows his role and he knows his place atop the Wolves franchise.
Knows it very well, D.A. Thank you so much. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Beasley is out there with D'Angelo Russell. Then there's Towns, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the power forward position. And for the Clippers, we've got Marcus Morris. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3. So the Timberwolves win the tip. George against Beasley. Here's a Kogi. Lays it up off the glass.
Just the first good move in a game of chess between these two coaches.
Strategy is going to be a big part of the outcome tonight. We'll see which team dictates the style of play.
And that one's good. Leonard.
I love the patience Beverley has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
And Smitty, with LeBron getting into his late 30s, KD coming off the Achilles, for your money, is Kawhi Leonard the best player in the world?
Great question. I know one player, the Greek Freak, might have something to say about that. No less than Michael Jordan himself called Kawhi the best two-way player in the game. That's a very strong endorsement from MJ.
Here's Zubac. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
76% from the line a season ago.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. Good on both. We're about 1 minute into the first. Here's Russell. Pass to Towns. Here's a Kogi. On deep. They get the rebound. And Towns gets it to go.
The long arms, the positioning. Towns is excellent at knowing how to gobble up those second chance opportunities.
Here's Beverley. Unable to get that one. Nice D from Russell. Beasley with George picks him up. No good from Beasley.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Good on the bucket.
And I like the different looks that Morris can give you. Inside, outside, and in transition.
And the basket by Kogi.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Clippers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. From deep, George. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
The mechanics on Paul George's shot are so good. In the end, the range makes no difference.
That one drops for him.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now Here's George. Over Beasley. It's rebounded by Towns.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of the game. And he knocks down the first one. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Clippers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And the pass to Leonard. And the rejection by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Harrell's checked in. James Johnson's checked in for the Timberwolves. Jake Layman comes in for Josh Okogie. Russell finds Johnson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
The experience of James Johnson, recognizing the opportunity. Attack, draw the contact.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
The first free throw is good.
And what James Johnson brought with him coming into this league, physicality. He combines size, strength, athleticism, and a 7'1" wingspan.
And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 5. Harold drives in. Johnson with the block. Beasley outside. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Pass to Beverly. Over Russell, and it's sent back by Russell. And here we go. Towns heading to the hoop, and the dunk by Towns.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And here is Los Angeles now. 9-point game. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And the Timberwolves have made it clear Karl Anthony Towns is their franchise player. He's the guy they're building around.
substitution here for the Clippers. Green, he's checked in for Morris. Landry Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Williams, he's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Jackson misses.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
Layman pass to Towns. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Jackson deciding where to go with it. 1:31 left in the first quarter. Williams can't get it to go. Timberwolves leading by 9. To the inside, Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Minnesota. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
This is my type of approach. Get some high percentage looks. Then later, you can play inside out.
Here's Harrell. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Towns knocks it away.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Took him no time at all on that one.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question. Toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the first. Jackson finds Shamet. Back to Jackson to stop the run. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And stolen by Williams. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Shamet. And the wide open shot from Green. No good on the triple. Here's Noel. Here's Towns. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Minnesota on top, leading by 17. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And recently, D'Angelo Russell, Greg, told us about some offseason work he put in.
Man, I picked a lot of people's brains. You know, going into the summer, a lot of guys that have made that jump paved the way for us, a lot of older guys. And, you know, the answer that they were giving me was figuring out that routine that your body needs, that your mind needs to prepare for each game. And once I started getting in that consistent routine of napping, eating my pregame meal, things of that sort, it kind of started to come for me.
Greg doing what he can do to reach that immense potential.
You know, the talent is there. There's never been a question about that, but you also have to be reliable and accountable, both to yourself and to your team. Sounds like that's becoming his focus.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Timberwolves team out there.
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
So on the floor for Minnesota, we've got Culver. And it's Reed in at the 5. Down low. Shamet on the wing. A three-pointer is right on target.
You love Shamet's court awareness. Presents himself where he can catch and fire without hesitation.
And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. Timberwolves leading by 16.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Morris comes in for Green. And Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Landry Shamet.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
That one goes. Count it.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Here's Leonard. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Leonard's got 6 points.
You know, there's a rhythm to Leonard's game, but also an awareness. Just takes what the defense allows.
And the rejection by Zubac. Jackson passes to Leonard. They get it again. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markieff, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. Well, in the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather take? Kawhi and PG, or Kevin Durant and Kyrie?
Oof. Well,
Wow.
I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Hernan Gomez kicks to Johnson. Beasley for 3. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Beverly against Johnson. Pass to Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. Lets it go from deep. Hits it from three-point range. He's got 9.
And this team's struggles are not his fault. He's putting in work at the offensive end.
And the basket by Johnson.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Pass to Zubac. Looking for George. He gets it there. Over Beasley. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Towns is checked in. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
Yeah, another turnover there. But, guys, overall, they've taken really good care of the basketball.
About 3 minutes played so far in this second quarter. George passes to Beverly. Zubac with it. Minnesota with the rebound. Towns has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Now, here's George. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. The Timberwolves were fined last season for resting D'Angelo Russell on the road in a nationally televised game. Minnesota said, we're a player-centric organization that's focused on learning and optimizing our players' bodies. Guys, they do seem willing to pay a fine here or there to protect their players' health. Back to you.
As a player, how couldn't you like that? Always watching out for it. David, thank you for that one.
And you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
And that one's good. Towns.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. Another shot, and Zubac puts it in.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why, lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. For the Clippers, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Green comes in for Morris, and Landry Shamet subbed in for Kawhi Leonard. Timberwolves also changing it up. Reed's checked in, and Layman subbed in for Josh Okogie. Here's Layman. He's been quiet so far, still no points in the game.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
The feed now to Beverly. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
You need guys who are willing to make the next pass. Shamet doesn't rack up a lot of assists, but he's unselfish.
Loads it up there for Harrell. Hammers the alley-oop through.
If you start the alley-oop, Harrell can usually finish it. He's an explosive big man with good hands.
Reed the pass to Towns. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Towns has got 4 points this quarter.
So reliable. They've really leaned on him at the offensive end.
Clippers trail by 14. Now Beverly. To the middle. Here's Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
The bench loves that play from Montrezl Harrell. His physicality makes him hard to stop.
Here's Reed. It's hauled in by Beverly.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
And Green gets it to go. Minnesota leading by 9. Layman pass to Reed. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Minnesota holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're shooting.
Thank you, Kevin. Carl, you guys have built a lead. What is the key to maintaining or increasing it going forward?
I mean, don't change what we're doing. So stay together, keep passing the ball, keep playing great defense, and just keep making them think and make decisions, especially the difficult ones.
You had the advantage in the first half. We'll see if you can keep that advantage in the second half. Thanks for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. What a start it was for Karl Anthony Towns. He had 14 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 blocks. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
Well, Towns has sure had his way so far. Well-rounded game. He can beat defenders in many different ways. His creativity on offense makes him a unique big man.
And Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Clippers.
Well, they shot under 40% in the first half. There's your deficit. They missed some open looks, wide open. But overall, I thought the offense was stagnant. Look for their coach to draw up some specific plays to try to jumpstart them in the second half.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
They're asking a lot of him, shouldering the load in a number of areas. You just hope he has enough left at the end.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Ivica Zubac, who's out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George, and it's Beverly in at the 1.
And the ball handling, body control. Russell with the nasty pull-up.
And last season, Karl Anthony Towns shooting over 40% from three-point range with over 8 attempts a game. I mean, Greg, he is in the conversation, don't you think, for best three-point shooting center of all time?
It's amazing, Kevin. His volume of threes is unprecedented for the center position. And it's not just standstill. Catch and shoot triples. He's hitting step backs. He could have that title when it's all said and done.
How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile 1 block?
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
And Minnesota has possession. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Outside, George to the paint, and Morris throws it down.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
And that's how you answer. I'd say he just one-upped him. Pretty good one there.
These two guys really, really like going at each other, don't they? And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 11. High post, Zubac. Plays it up and banks it in. Zubac has got 6 points.
Terrific pass. That's the unselfishness you want to see. Beverly's all about the team.
Here's Hernan Gomez. Second chance shot. And Towns gets it to go. And the Timberwolves lead by 11.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Los Angeles has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Left side, Leonard. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
Firing on all cylinders here in the third. Only 1 miss in 5 attempts.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Williams comes in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. Timberwolves also changing it up. Reed's checked in, and it's Johnson in for Josh Okogie.
Decent look from mid-range, but there may have been a better option for them in that set.
Jackson, that's a 2-pointer, and all around the rim that time before dropping in. Jackson's got his first points in this one. Here's Culver, and he banks in the layup.
And that attacking mindset, when Culver sees an opportunity like that, he just grabs it.
Now here's Jackson. There's the pass to Leonard. Three-pointer. Offensive rebound. Timberwolves leading by 9. Reed the pass to Johnson, and then Johnson with the dunk.
And that's what you want to see more of from James Johnson, being authoritative at the rim.
Jackson with it. A floater, and it's good on the layup. Jackson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's nice work, stopping short of the rim, just laying it over the top.
Here's Culver. From outside, off the mark. The Clippers have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Leonard, no luck. Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Russell goes up and lays it nice and easy. Russell's got 6.
With a gentle touch inside. Russell really improving as a finisher.
Johnson with the block, and he's able to get it back. And Morris throws it down.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
Loads it up there for Harrell. Got that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut to just 7 points in the basket from Leonard. Timberwolves shooting the ball at 46% success rate since the beginning of the third quarter. Hernan Gomez kicks to Culver. Nailed from three-point land. Culver's got his second basket.
And looking good there from distance. Culver fundamentally sound with his jumper.
And we know GA's shooting is a question mark for Jarrett Culver.
A long windup, a little hitch in his giddy up, and shoots it kind of on the way down. He's reworked his motion. I like the high release, but it's still a work in progress. And the energy of a guy like Montrezl Harrell can rub off on the entire team.
Yes, it can. GA, he plays with a high motor, generates steals, blocks, and deflections. He's active all over the court, and now we're seeing it on the offensive end as well.
Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
Minnesota shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game. And the first one at the line is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Clippers trail by 9. Williams looking around from downtown. Rebound Minnesota. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall, they're getting slightly out-rebounded. You know, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
The first one falls. Paul George is checked in for Los Angeles. Towns, he's checked in for Minnesota. Okogie comes in for Culver. So he gets them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Clippers. 11-point game. And it's blocked. Here's Harrell.
Sneaky shot blocker. James Johnson is not the biggest guy, but he has the reach to do it.
And the dunk by Towns.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And George gets it to go.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Pass to Layman. Three-pointer. No good that time. Clippers trail by 11. George with no one around. And Lands it from downtown. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
A reliable jump shooter, Paul George's accuracy only goes up when he catches in rhythm.
Here's Noel. What a play. Simply trains it in at the buzzer.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
That is situational basketball. It takes a good understanding and good execution.
And so it's Minnesota with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Back right after this. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. That'll be a 5-second call. Here's Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Especially if the defense is going to allow you to do it. Have to switch on that play.
And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. We've got Malik Beasley. Towns is out there with Layman. Then it's Russell. And it's Okogie in at the 3 slot. Loads it up there for Harrell. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Clippers trail by 10. Passes it to Harrell. Kicks to George. Now, here's Shamet. Covered by Beasley. Pass to Harrell. 6 to shoot. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And the powerful one-handed slam.
Using outstanding floor awareness there. Russell's ability to pick apart the defense and find the open man.
The 3 from George. The Clippers keep it alive. Beyond the arc. Good on the triple.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Minnesota leading by 7. Okogie inside the 3-point line. And it falls over the rim and in. And here is Los Angeles now. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Zubac finds George. The pass to Shamet. They get it back. The Timberwolves have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Stolen by Beverly. 4-on-3 break. Here's Harrell. And the rejection by Towns. Tries it again. Here's Zubac. And the shot goes in.
They found the touch from the field here in the second half. It was a struggle in that first.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Landry Shamet. Minnesota also with the sub. Hernan Gomez is checked in. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Ryan Saunders said to the team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Thanks, David. 6 on the shot clock. George, that's a two-pointer. The shot off that time, and it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. It's stolen by Hernangomez. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Deep two from Russell. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Russell's got 10 points in just the second half. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles, trailing by 13. Towns with the steal. And it's Russell in the corner. From deep. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Beasley. Beasley's got his 5th assist in this one. Los Angeles calls timeout.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Because right now it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
Let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Karl Anthony Towns.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. And that one is good from Zubac.
Salvage the possession. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
1:58 left in the fourth quarter. Beverly for 3. Rebound, Minnesota. Hernangomez has got his 4th rebound in this one. Russell with it. Leonard picks him up. For 3, Okogie. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's George, and the layup's good off the glass. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
Defense does a good job, but George won't relent. He rises to meet their challenge. Explosive leaping ability allows him to play the 5, even though he's a little undersized.
Clippers trail by 13. And here's George. He kicks it to Beverly. Bangs home the trifecta.
Spacing the floor. This is what they need from Patrick Beverly on the offensive end.
Deep 2 from Russell. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. It's good.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Beasley right side. Pass to Okogie. Shoots over Leonard. Second shot opportunity. And Towns finishes inside.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Timberwolves.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Karl Anthony Towns.
high-level shot making, what we got a chance to witness. He responded to good defense with better offense time and time again.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Down low, here's Hernan Gomez, and he converts the layup.
I love it. Beautiful job getting to the rim, making a play.
And it would take divine intervention for them now to get back in it.
Yeah, I'd have to say, guys, I don't think the man upstairs is really focused on the comeback. And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
You know what? They talked about this at halftime, and they're doing a better job of creating space.
And an intentional foul right there. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
And Culver's game just screams potential. Already a good scorer, rebounder, and passer. Now the next step, improving that outside shot.
And the Clippers call time here. They're down by 7. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
I just think they have to focus on the moment. Don't worry about the score. Worry about executing the next play.
And Patterson kicks to Magruder. Beverly for 3. Doesn't go for him. Here's Culver. Shot from 12. And too long on the shot. And so Minnesota takes the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.